Alright, so welcome everyone to our YouTube channel, Straight Trip No Chaser. Okay. We'll be talking about different topics and I'm going to give my opinion of it. Bria's going to give her opinion of it, and we're just going to go back and forth and possibly interact with others that's in this particular place right now. So, my name is Nikki.
I'm Bria.
So, we're just going to go ahead and get started. So, today's topic is going to be, can you be friends with an ex?
Now, can someone just be friends with an ex? I think it really depends on how deep their relationship was.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Yeah, because I think if you were truly in love with your significant other, with your ex,
and
you guys
visuals are still there.
Yeah, like you can't be just friends with them. Like you could probably be cordial, just have like a positive relationship, but that we kicking it like we used to.
Right. Or any type of constant communication.
No, I think the feelings will always be there and they will always grow regardless of the reasons of why you broke up.
I absolutely think that when you break up, some people you just are not going to be able to be friends with. If that love was just that deep and that intense and you kind of still long for them or yearn for them, then yeah, it's not going to work. You might want to give yourself 10 to 20 years.
I'm hungry, y'all.
You might want to get yourself. Yeah, tell them what it is. It's good. It's
okay,
good.
It is a vegan mini carrot cake. It's hitting, okay?
It is kind of hitting. It's good.
So don't mind me.
I was super surprised. This is the vegan freak. I eat meat. Okay, so.
See, she said it's good, so that's how you know it's actually good.
It is, I'll give you that. But yeah, so I mean, I just literally think that, you know, it's gonna depend on the dynamics, like how you guys end it. Like, is there that, you know, that feeling still there for them? Like, do you kind of have like in the back of your mind, oh, is this gonna work out one day? Like, all those things have to be taken into consideration to me.
Exactly. I think a lot of people try to be friends with their ex, and it's really just always going to be those hidden feelings there. Unless it's a relationship that really just wasn't that deep, you can be friends with an ex. Where you know that you're not going to be intimate with each other, especially if you're in a whole other relationship, being friends with an ex. I don't think it should really happen unless y'all just weren't that intimate. Like I don't know. I personally.
Or if you amicably, that's a word, right? If you amicably split and you was like, you know what, this is not working, he said the same thing, and it was like some real mutual friend split type stuff, then yeah, I think that would be okay, because he's kind of in a point where he can definitely move on, you can do the same, so that might be cool after, you know, I still think it should be a cool off period.
Right.
Definitely a cool off period.
Definitely.
But I don't think it's like totally unheard of.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about somebody where the guy was like, you know, yeah, I just can't see myself without you, but you're more so like,
you don't see it. You can't be friends with that ex.
Yeah, there's a wrapping over for that.
Exactly. You cannot be friends with that ex.
Yeah. And vice versa.
So it's probably, maybe it's not really a friendship that exes can have. Maybe it's just being cordial. The word is y'all can be cordial.
I don't know how easy that'll be. I don't know. I'm petty. I'm petty as hell when I want to be. So I don't know. Like if my feelings still wrapped up, y'all, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think if your feelings are wrapped up, then you shouldn't even cross that line and try to be friends.
Yeah. Give yourself, you know, at least 5 years.
I'm so done. So are you friends with any of your exes?
Yes! Okay. But it was some years.
Yeah.
It kind of went by. Feelings died down. You know what I'm saying? You still love that person as a person, as a human being. But, you know, and there may still be like a little bit more like, you know, love. But it's nothing that you feel like, oh my God, I'm about to die. I just talked to this person and he just, you know what I mean? Like, no. It's more of a friendly thing.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I think that's the boundaries. There has to be boundaries between being friends with your ex, because otherwise someone's gonna cross that line. You gotta set those rules.
Definitely have to set those rules.
Have respect for each other and respect each other's rules, and
know your limits. Because if you know you can't handle it, don't do it.
You are so stupid. Define the friendship. Define the friendship. Because you're gonna. Yes. That's where it is. Define the friendship. Are we gonna be friends and still snatch it? or are we gonna be friends and it's just like a hey, how are you every once in a while?
Yeah. And then too, it's like, I don't know. I think when you can go every once in a while talking to them and it's no big deal, you're definitely over it, and you can really say, this is my friend. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like, we love each other because we knew each other, we shared together. But, you know, I can definitely interact with him and not get emotional or take myself back to like, oh, you remember what, you know what I mean?
Right.
And you ain't gotta call your girlfriends after the fact like, girl, you know this motherfucker don't move on.
Right. If you are not okay with your ex being in another relationship, you cannot be friends with your ex.
No. Absolutely not. And vice versa. It just is not gonna happen. If one person is still kind of holding on and yearning, it's not gonna happen.
Exactly.
And I've been witnessing. If it wasn't, you know, if there's any type of feeling involved, there needs to be a break.
Yeah. Because you need to be able to get yourself back together, build yourself up, figure out what it is that you did wrong in the situation. What is it that you need in your next relationship or just need within yourself? Like, just to find yourself whenever you break up before just trying to go back with the person and rebuild that friendship or anything like that. I think that's where I'm at right now. I'm just trying to process everything and enjoy my alone time.
Yeah. Or you could be like me and I just start snapping on people. We're gonna stay away from
Don't do what Nikki does.
Don't do it. It's not healthy, people.
But it's okay because you reflect and you learn about yourself when you're going through some kind of breakup.
Yeah, you do. You know what is so crazy? You learn the good and the bad.
You do.
You learn the good and the bad about yourself, and you can definitely be like, this is bothering me. Anyways, you can definitely be like, damn, I'm still living on Petty Avenue, and I gotta grow up some more before I even deal with anyone else. Like, you really gotta take care of all the residuals before you even think
Exactly. So before you even try to be friends with the ex, work on yourself.
Or anyone else.
Yeah, or anyone else.
You can't even move forward.
Exactly. You need to work on yourself first.
For sure. Like, I think that's the most important thing.
Take time to process. You are not always okay right after a breakup.
Right.
No matter as much as you think you are, you're not.
You're not. You got, unless you was like really not into that person, then it's a totally different
like
deal.
a month, maybe a relationship that was like real short, like a month, a few months. Okay.
And if that's the case, we ain't talking to you. They talking to
We're talking about long term, like a year and longer.
Yeah.
Because a year is sometimes still.
Yeah. And the depth of it is definitely important. For sure. Just know yourself. I would say know yourself. What's in your opinion, what's most important after a breakup?
Discovering yourself, rebuilding yourself. Forgiveness. That's the most important thing. Forgiveness.
Yes.
Because if you cannot forgive, you cannot move forward.
Matter of fact, you gotta forgive yourself too.
Yep. Yeah.
It goes two ways.
Start there.
You gotta forgive them. You gotta forgive yourself. You gotta really just like let yourself go through it. That's important too. I'm that type of person. I don't like to go through it. I don't like to feel like a lot of.
You don't want to feel the pain.
No, I don't want to feel the pain.
A lot of people avoid the pain when they're in a relationship or when the relationship breaks. So good. We needed that. You cannot forget the wine.
You're not.
What's our name?
Of a break.
Exactly.
Straight trip, no chase. Like, you just really, I'm giving it to you raw right now. Like, seriously.
But for real, like, you really gotta forgive yourself and then forgive the person that you were with, because you cannot move forward if you don't do neither. You have to do both in order to move forward. In order to be happy with yourself, with your next move, with the person that you're going to be with after the fact, you have to forgive and move forward. And you have to forgive even if you don't get that closure.
Closure is a bitch. Closure is so important, yo.
It is.
Closure is important and in so many different ways. But if you don't get it, you still gotta be content with not getting it.
Yeah,
I think that's the messed up.
Because sometimes closures, it is, because we all yearn for that closure whenever whenever you break up, you want that closure. Sometimes you want it immediately, like, well, I'm gonna need this apology now.
Yeah.
But how much does that apology really mean if they aren't making no changes, or if it's not something that they were willing to do on their own?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So
if it's not coming genuine, I mean, it doesn't have to come like when you want it to come, but when it does come, if it's not genuine, and if it's just like, oh, I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do that, and you know, I'll tell you this, but I'm gonna hold back with that. Like, it's just not.
We just went from can you be friends with exes to relationship advice.
Like, it all goes together.
It does. It really does.
That's what wine will do for you.
Just keep going. Just keep going. Have another sip, girl. Just kidding.
Sip and see right here. Sip and see what I'm talking about.
But for real though.
But yes, that is so crazy. But I mean,
closure is something that you also just need to find within yourself. Like, why are you seeking that closure? What is it that you actually need? Because sometimes we want closure just because we want our ex to change.
Yeah.
And want them to acknowledge their mistakes. But
yeah,
exactly, and they made the mistake already. So
yeah.
Or you are the one who made the mistake. So do you feel the need to provide that person with closure?
Deep, didn't you, girl?
The person who messed up has to be able to forgive themselves and find closure within themselves to, whether they decide to apologize to the person they was with or not, but to find closure within themselves, to understand the mistakes they've made, acknowledge them, and move forward.
Sometimes that's the hardest thing though, when you know you're the one that kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
You don't never want to admit that shit.
That's very true.
You really don't. You really don't want to admit that, oh damn, I played a part. I think it's important to recognize your part in it.
Yeah,
you know
it is.
I mean,
because sometimes it's not always the other person.
Right.
You did something too.
Sometimes it's not.
A lot of times we allow for certain things to happen in a relationship, and that's why we end up hurt.
And then sometimes we can mess up communication. Because we talk about communication, but sometimes the way we communicate may not be the way the other person communicates. So then we're just like stuck. And then they're not really communicating because they don't know how to communicate with us, which is just like, damn, is that my fault or is that just it's something we already built in them, like we already showed them from the beginning, this is how we communicate. And don't expect somebody who don't know how to communicate already to actually know.
That's very
true. I was that person though, to be honest. I was like, I didn't really want to talk about certain things. I wasn't really big on communication, but it was because I just didn't want to know. I didn't want to hear my fault. That's what it is. I didn't want to hear my fault.
A lot of people are like that. I'm the same way when it comes to certain things, like, because you gotta own up to your mistakes. That's all it is. You gotta own up to your mistakes, and that's where.
And who really likes to do that?
Right, and that's where you gotta acknowledge that you have some things to work on before really getting deep into somebody else.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a process.
It's a process. I mean, you don't even have to be. I'm not saying you have to be single and figure it out before you get into a relationship. Like, you have to figure it out before you get into the next relationship, but acknowledge that that's how you are, and that it's something that you're going to have to work on eventually for yourself. Because if you don't actually acknowledge your mistakes, what makes any person? Okay, so we asked 3 people, 2 kind of the same answers and 1 answer that's different. So the first answer was yes, because there has to be an understanding that you know the breakup is coming, and that y'all are better off as just friends. Right. So that boundary that we just said before, you just cannot cross that boundary. You both have an understanding that friendship is probably the best thing for you guys. It's not toxic. Right. It's healthier. Yeah. And y'all can move forward as friends and not actually look back at the relationship like we need to fix things or we need to get back together. Right. She said something that you want to do.
Yeah, she said she'll do anything for him, love him to death, but they just know that they're good off as friends. That's a mature breakup, y'all. Everybody can't do that. I'm gonna be honest.
It is. That's very true. Their exes and have nothing. And sometimes people can understand that they cannot be friends with their exes because it's just not because it's toxic. That comes to our other lady who said that it is toxic sometimes to be friends with an ex because it's just you're continuing the pattern of having these unhealthy relationships.
Because they're ex for a reason. She said they're ex for a reason, and which is true. It's true.
Some exes are just an ex for a reason. And lastly, what did I mean?
The guy said that it just depends, and I guess it just depends on the relationship.
Yeah.
So
I think that's where I think that's where we're at with this whole topic. It really just depends on the relationship, how deep it was, and if there's some kind of understanding. You have to know where you are in the relationship and where you stand before you can be friends with an ex. If you know that it's toxic, don't be friends with that ex.
Don't even do it.
If you know that all y'all could ever be is friends and he or she is on the same page, y'all can be friends, and however you define that friendship.
Right. Whatever you do what's best for you, do what's comfortable for you, and stay away from the negative. If you know it's gonna be some BS,
don't even do it.
it's a wrap.
Ask yourself, is it really worth it?
Yeah. And normally it's not. Because if you have to ask yourself that shit, it's not.
Exactly. If you already have that gut feeling like, nah, bro, we don't need to be friends.
Right.
You have your answer.
Right. So
Yeah. That is it for
straight trip, no chaser.
clink, 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 clink.